Like I mentioned, Bulgaria is a pretty old country, so there's a lot of cultural traditions and history behind the stuff they do. Um, One thing that comes to mind is the head nod. The head nod is backwards in Bulgaria, so this would be no, and this would be yes. So I still mess it up, but so when you're a greenie, when you first get there, that's like super confusing. Everyone's going no, and you're like, oh yeah, you do want to talk to me, and like no, and you're like you get confused. But so that's kind of an interesting little cultural thing, and it takes a while to get used to. Other things, there are a lot of holiday type things. They're really big into name days. So the main religion there is Bulgarian Orthodox, and with that they celebrate a lot of the saints, and they have these name days that correspond with tons of saints. I think there's over 200 name days, and so it's kind of like a second birthday. If it's your name day, then you celebrate basically like a birthday, and people will give you little gifts, or you'll get together with family or friends and celebrate. So some of the name days are bigger kind of national holidays. Most of them are kind of just little things that you would just celebrate by yourself. But so name days are pretty big. Another big thing is March. The beginning of March, from March 1st till the end of March, is the beginning. It's the celebration of the coming of spring, and with that you wear martinici, which are these little. They're generally bracelets or like a little pin made out of red and white yarn. And the week before March, you'll go out and buy a bunch of these, and then March 1st, you hand them out to all your friends and all your family members, and you're supposed to wear the martinica, and it symbolizes the coming of spring and helps kind of ward off the evils of winter and welcome spring. And it's a really fun tradition. As missionaries, everyone in the branch is giving you martinici, and so you've got several bracelets, and it's rude if you don't wear all the bracelets that you're given, so you might get quite a few. And it's a really fun tradition. You wear these all the way until either you see a stork or the first tree blossom. And when you see a stork or a tree blossom, you take off the bracelet and you tie it on the tree. And so, it may be fall and you'll run into a tree that's got tons of these martinici hanging from it, and you're like, oh, that was the first tree to blossom this spring. But it's just a really fun time of the year. The 3rd of March is like their Independence Day, so it kind of coincides with this whole celebration of March and spring and martinici, and it's just really kind of a fun tradition. Other ones I can think of are kind of religious holidays. Easter and Christmas obviously are pretty big, and deal with a lot with the Bulgarian Orthodox Church. Everyone goes to midnight mass, and as missionaries they would let us go kind of in secret. We couldn't wear our name tags. And we get to go to the cathedrals and kind of watch their rituals, their celebrations there at the church buildings. So that was always a really neat thing. New Year's is kind of a crazy time as well. I've heard many countries are kind of like this, but their fireworks there are more like bombs than anything. It's not really like the sparkly things. It's like firecrackers that are on steroids, and so it sounds like a war zone at midnight, and people are quite crazy. But it's pretty fun to witness and watch from your apartment. We're not allowed to go out, obviously, but so yeah, there's lots of really neat cultural things about Bulgaria. Those are just some of them that come to mind. The importance of the Bulgarian Orthodox Church, it influences them quite a bit. They're quite proud of it. It's got a long history, and they're really proud of the fact that like the Bulgarian Orthodox Church, even during like the 500 years of Turkish bondage, and even during communism where religion wasn't really allowed to be practiced, like it survived kind of secretly and almost underground. Like it survived, and so they're pretty proud of the Bulgarian Orthodox Church and that it's stuck around for so long. So it has a fair amount of influence on the country, and everyone will tell you I'm Pravoslav, which means I believe in the Bulgarian Orthodox Church. And so, I mean, they may not go to church very often. Most people probably only go Easter and Christmas. But it's definitely a very influential part of Bulgaria, and everyone's pretty proud of it, and they want to be connected to the Bulgarian Orthodox Church. So I'd say that, I mean, that's a pretty big thing to understand about Bulgarians, is that they take that part pretty serious.